You know how I said I didn't need a new tripod? That only applies to when I'm sitting on the floor. It does not apply to any other angle. You are so precariously balanced right now. Don't move. Just don't move. Today's video is a confession video. I have some things to confess. It has been many days since my last confession. Today's video is children's books that I never read. Because amongst my friends I'm known as like the reader, the one who reads, the one who has previously read a lot. When I haven't read something that they have or that most people have, people are shocked. They are horrified. And I am like, I'm sorry. Like, I read a lot of books as a child, don't get me wrong, but I did also reread a lot of books as a child, which is fun and fine, but I would read books like 25 times each, if not more, just because I was like, oh, I fancy that book today, and then I'd read it again and again and again and again and again. That's a whole other confession, that's a whole other thing. But today I'm gonna tell you some of the books that I've never read, and you can judge me, and you can tell me whether or not I should read them now as an adult, because I'm sure there's some that are not really suited for me now, but there's some that I'm still like, remain excellent as books and therefore I should read them still. Confession numero uno. His Dark Materials. Never read it. I think I read the first chapter of the first book. I watched the film, which I understand to be a sin. The film didn't make a lot of sense to me and it didn't draw me in, so I guess that's an indicator of not a great object of media, but I can't judge it because I haven't read the book. Next, I have never read A Series of Unfortunate Events. See, because I always said that I didn't want to read these because by the time I became aware of them, they were kind of up to like 7 or 8. And I was like, they're all quite similar, right? I don't want to read just like 13 books, they're all the same. Saying that, I have read and reread the majority of the famous 5 books over and over again. Basically, young me was just full of shit. I have watched the first series of the Netflix show, and I enjoyed that. And I also understand that the books are very similar, so I don't know whether there's much point in me reading them in addition to watching the show. I don't know. I don't know how big this one is really, but I've never read any of the Old Kingdom books by Garth Nix. Is that like a big one? Did a lot of people read these? They sort of passed me by. I've been reading the Mr. Monday series by Garth Nix. Okay, side note, the Mr. Monday series, for some reason, it's in charity shops so often, so at some point I made a bet with myself that I could read the entire series if I just read copies that I buy from charity shops, and I'm on, the next one I need to get is Friday, so there's only 3 left. Percy Jackson, never read it. I don't really know what it is. He's a son of a god or something? I have no idea what Old Kingdom is about either, but I know that some people like love it. Aragon, never read it. Heard that the 3rd one was really bad, so I never went back and read the other ones, which I'm sure it's a shame because everyone super liked the first 2, and you know, I'm all about that dragon life. My Throne's over there, little Game of Thrones. Because a lot of these books I haven't started or read any of, so like, I'm like, it's a shame that I haven't read any of these, but I'm also not invested in them, so I'm like, haven't read them. But this one, the Inkheart series, I read the first book and I loved it. I loved it, but I just never got around to reading the other ones. That one I definitely do want to finish. So those are a selection of children's books that I've never read, and I always feel shame for not having read. Maybe there are more, let me know. Also let me know if these ones are worth reading like as an adult. Not that reading children's books isn't enjoyable, but you know, which ones are the best ones of this group? I'll put them all, put them all here. Which one should I read? Ba -ba -da 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 -da. If you click on the book, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen if you click on a particular book. Also let me know any children's books that you haven't read and you feel ashamed about. Let us all share together. This has been a VEDO video. Farewell.